Here is the problem. Every individual believes that his viewpoint is correct. His way of interpreting situations and conditions, they are correct. His interpretation, particularly for those in religion, his interpretation of his religious viewpoints, they are correct. Now, how would he really know that he is right or wrong? How can we really know this? This is a challenge for every one of us. One of the basic indicators that we are doing something right or wrong is when we experience guilt or feeling of remorse, and we reach to a point where we wish to repent or confess for what we have done. When we have done something wrong, that is, in accordance to our own standards, then we feel guilty. And if we don't do anything to correct it, this feeling, inner feeling, torments us. This process, this experience is called the experience of conscience. Conscience is a sounding board against which we evaluate all our thoughts, all our ideas, all our feelings. Conscience guides us in the sense that when we have a yardstick of right and wrong within ourselves, and we look at a situation, we have a particular experience. Whether this experience is physical or mental or in a dream state, and that's how we are, our conscience reacts immediately once we are involved in this particular situation. We feel bad because we are guilty. We feel good because our conscience, our value system says to us that what we have done is correct. Take, for example, a religious fanatic who believes a particular viewpoint or religion is wrong, and he believes, he or she, that they must do something about it to get rid of that kind of religion or thinking. And if he chooses to use violence, and this method is consistent, is in agreement with right and wrong within himself, then after he has thought about it, carried out his particular action plan, he would feel good within himself if he achieved the particular goals he set himself. What about a politician or businessman or any individual in a particular organization who has stolen some money or cheated the system, and he was successful? No one found out. He moves away feeling good within himself. His conscience being clear that he has been successful. If he is a criminal, of course, and he belongs to a particular group or gang, he can now boast to his colleagues that he has carried out the job successfully, and he will be rewarded and praised. And he sleeps well because he has a good conscience. But the individual who continue to do evil actions, stealing and criminal activities, they have filled themselves that so much with these kinds of actions that it seems good and okay to them. They no longer feel bad when they commit a particular crime, steal something, become a bully and hurting others, etc. Because they have trained themselves, they have learned to accept what they are doing as right, as not so bad, or as the victim actually deserves what they got. Such a person's conscience, and they feel clear, is different from the individual of religious values, say from the Holy Bible, and who understands the scripture saying, "Thou shalt not steal." And when that particular believer has stolen something, he feels this guilty feeling. And as he continues, he feels regret. Or he has done something wrong. There is remorse that he has hurt someone. And he feels perturbed and miserable and uncomfortable within himself. In this book, When Conscience Speaks, and in our seminars, what we will be dealing with, how telling the listeners and all those who are in attendance how to build a strong conscience. A conscience that is biblically based. A conscience that makes its reaction based on the values of the Bible. We talk also about how to identify the different operations of conscience. So we talk about a strong conscience, which is what we want to have. A strong conscience is indeed a biblically based conscience. It is a Christ-like conscience. We talked about a seared conscience. The Bible talks about it. These hard-hearted type individuals and behavior. We talked about a clear conscience and what it means by a clear conscience. Paul talks about a clear conscience in Romans 9:1. So we talked about the different phases and operations of conscience, and we describe them so that the individual, the participant, will be able to recognize what point or what level he is at, or how is he operating at a particular time. And at the end, we will discuss how can we build the kind of conscience that every Christian wants to have. Every Christian ought to have a theonomous conscience, a God-like conscience, a Christ-like conscience. So call us and let me come and talk with you. My name is Chris Riley. I'm the author of the book called When Conscience Speaks. Thank you.